Okay, so you did escorting, you've had sugar daddies. You said from the escorting you had over like hundreds of clients?
Over the years, yes.
Over the years. What, just out of curiosity, what would you typically make from that?
Like with each person?
Yeah, for a one-time engagement, I guess.
I would say on average, 1,000 to 1,500 on average. Some were always higher, like
Sure.
5K. Some were like 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the sugar daddies? So what's the, and it sounded like you had quite a few. How many sugar daddies do you think you've had? Dozens, hundreds?
Man, I really would say well, I guess sugar daddy in a sense of like just a one-time thing. Are you including the one-timers too? Like that I went home with after the club, because I've had a lot of those.
Wait, you mean after the strip club?
Yes.
You went home with them? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be escorting though, not sugar daddy?
Oh, okay.
Well, I suppose you could have sex with carnal knowledge with the sugar daddies too. Although it seems to me like a lot of the girls who have sugar daddies actually never end up having sex with them. So, so you would you sleep with your sugar daddies?
So yeah, like the first few years I would sleep with every single one, and then it's almost like I started to get convicted slowly, because I called myself a Christian even a few years ago, but I was still dancing. Right, so it's been a process. It didn't happen like overnight, but and I wanted to say that also for her as well. Like, you know, God convicts us all at different times. Sometimes His hand weighs heavily upon you in a night. Sometimes it's slowly, because He's a gentle, loving Father. That's how God is, you know. So I would say, to bring it back to the question, you know, there's a lot of grace, you know, that He showed me. And there was times where I would even evangelize in the club. Like when I started reading scripture and praying, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, God works in mysterious ways, you know, and I've prayed for people in the club. Sometimes I wouldn't even like dance for them. I just sit and talk with them, because these men are hurting, you know, and I was hurting too. That's why I was there. So Satan feeds us lies to where two people that are hurting can feed off of each other in a very toxic way. And so I would just, you know, explain my whole ex lifestyle like that, you know, whether I was doing videos in the club 101. But yeah, so the question, what was the question again? Sorry.
I got you. Hold on. So the question is, I'm curious about this kind of the scope of the sugar daddies. Let me try to be more precise. Yeah. What's the biggest one-time transaction that you've ever had?
Like in once, like a whole night?
Like a guy just sends you $10,000.
Without seeing him in person, just online?
Let's do both.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, man.
Would you consider online people like
this
sugar
is
daddies?
juicy?
Like,
Let's
this is like an interesting question, because you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, if there's something
like, is a sugar daddy someone in person or virtually?
They could be both.
It could be virtually, yeah.
They
Oh,
could be
okay.
both. 100%.
So you've had some then. Well, you're
I mean-
OnlyFans. I mean, OnlyFans is sort of...
No, but when you have a sugar daddy
I feel like a
online,
sugar daddy
it's
is a
different from
physical,
OnlyFans.
like,
I feel like you
you're
could
giving
ask
him
them
sugar.
for money.
relationship.
Because in that
Yeah,
case, then,
that's
you know,
that's
I
fair.
feel like it would be different for a lot of, like,
That is true.
answer would be a lot different.
Sure.
I would say, I don't remember if it was 7,000 or 8,000, one of those.
One-time transaction. And then what's the most in total any individual ever sent you?
Ooh. Close to 100K over the span of a few years.
Close to 100K. What about like the number 2, number 3 spot?
50K, 20K, something around there.
Do you think from all just the sugar daddies, do you think you've made over $1 million total?
Oh. Close.
Mike
Maybe
Davis
not quite
donated
close.
$100. These hoes cheering on other girls for being hoes is the epitome of misery likes company. Love that for you, you go girl. They ain't your friends. Cheering over bad decisions to feel better ABT theirs.
Hey, Mike
Can I
Davis.
ask a question? Because I have a
Mike
question about
Davis.
the sugar daddy,
Appreciate it.
sugar baby thing.
Wait, did you answer the Like
I
you're.
would say close to
What about
it.
from escorting?
Oh, I was actually factoring that in.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see.
so-
Okay. And then were you dating at this same time too?
Sometimes.
While you were escorting?
Yes.
Would you disclose to partners that you were escorting?
No. I was lying.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can you ever adjust your mic?
Me?
Oh, can you scoot your mic that way, I think? No, just the bass. Scoot it that way.
Did you save that money? A lot of it?
That didn't really. Scoot it. Scoot it.
None of us
Scoot
did.
it.
Because that's
Yeah, there
going to
you
go to my next
Oh,
question.
but turn the
question.
mic towards you. There
a
you
lot
go.
of questions.
Yeah.
Did you save a lot of that money or blow a lot of that money?
So because I didn't have any basis, because I was very unstable without God in my life and without following God, so I didn't have the fruits of the Spirit to steward that money. So it all went to traveling. I often supported my family as well. So like I understand when you're saying, you had to do what you had to do. Because at the time I thought that, like I believed that. I was like, I got to support my mom. My mom was on heroin most of my life as well. So I was paying for my sister's schooling. My mindset was like, I got to like make sure I'm good, my family's good, and so on. And I grew up very poor, so I just felt like I was pressured into it. Now the scales have been removed and I genuinely see that I just believed the lies of the enemy, but God also revealed to me, hey, that was never your responsibility to take care of them. I didn't give that responsibility to you.
And you said you also did. You were involved in the adult entertainment industry.
Yes.
How many? And I'll open this up to some of the other girls. How many scenes did you do?
Okay, so I actually didn't do that many because I got married shortly after that.
Okay.
And I met him in the club, actually.
Club, okay.
I actually met a lot of my boyfriends in the clubs because I was mostly in the clubs, right? Yeah.
Oh, in the strip club. Mm-hmm. Okay, I thought you meant the club, in the club, 50 Cent. Okay. How many scenes have you done?
With like 100. With
100.
Yeah.
What about you?
Like with different people or all together?
Let's say with different people.
Maybe like 10, 15.
What about you?
Maybe 25.
Okay, got it. And then moving it over to you, you said that you did OF in your past, correct?
Yeah, but it wasn't OF, it was like Patreon, but
Okay.
same thing. Yeah.
And so what kind of content were you making?
So basically I called it at the time, like I was in such a delusion that I was calling it like artistic nudes, and I would never actually show like full-blown nudes. It'd always be censored. But I would always call it like art, and the people around me would say it's art, but it's like really just online prostitution.
I think it's art.
How's that
Why-
prostitution if it's
I
just
think
nudes
that
online?
Because
nude
I'm getting-
photography seems like art.
Prostitution's having
Boudoir.
sex.
Yeah, that's what I did, was like
That's
boudoir
art.
stuff. But I don't think that's art. I think
do.
I was like making money off of like sexual, like it's sexual. Like guys, no matter
It depends on how you look at it.
no matter how much like we say that it's not,
The body's art.
the men, they are seeing it sexually, and they are definitely doing things.
Not all
that
men look at it like sexually, though.
I think.
What
most
about
of
gay
them.
men? You think gay men are looking at women and thinking it's sexual?
I don't think the gay men are subscribing to the OnlyFans. And
No, but like everyone looks at it like it's art. Boudoir is art.
But I don't
Well,
think.
was that the extent of what you were doing? Like you never posted. It was
That's
just
boudoir.
Patreon. Were you doing any sugar daddy stuff? Okay. Did you ever one-on-one send any of these like customs? I think they're called. Would you do customs?
Can you define customs?
Like it's you're directly messaging with somebody. They put in a specific request. Maybe what you're putting out there on your Patreon is.
Did you send out nude photo sets that they requested from you?
No.
So all the photos that you posted were censored. You were nude, but it was like censored.
Correct.
Okay.
That seems like art.
I don't think it's art because it's
It was like-
sexual.
Were you
Well,
doing like the ahi
do you think it's
face
wrong?
and shit?
I think we can.
No,
do you think
ahi
it's
gal.
wrong?
Why are you
Yes.
laughing? Over here, Cheyenne. She was the ahi gal. I don't know. Am I even saying it?
it.
How do I say it? Ahego? Cheyenne's the
Ahego,
Ahego queen. Ahego queen. Okay.
Cosplay.
There you go. So it's like what? Like you were dressing up as video game characters type shit?
Cosplaying? Not so much. It wasn't really
Okay.
cosplay. Like, no.
Okay.
No, she's talking full nude like photography. Like I think that's really artistic though. Like were you just like posing and like showing like your
Yeah, I was showing my body, and I do think it's
think that's
sexual.
art.
I feel like it's the same
But
thing
you
as if
have
your
a- you have
intention
a
is
big
to make a guy
problem.
come. I think it's like whether you're getting gangbanged or you're sending him a picture of just your ponytail. If you know that this man is getting sexual pleasure from it, I feel like it's equally the same.
William donated.
I mean, of course,
I
it's
think
different.
I don't
really
Three
agree.
It's
questions
different in the
for
way
all
that what
girls.
she's doing.
Is money worth more than your soul? 2. Have you actually thought about 10 years into your future?